We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
Hey everybody, Doug here from the Frog News Network, getting ready prepping for our show tonight, but I wanted to send out this quick video to you guys about the Grow Live Academy. It's how we started live streaming. We had no idea what we were doing. I bought Ken's course and we literally went from zero to now. When we stream, the last stream we did, we have 5,500 people on the stream. Unbelievable. And here's a screenshot to show you guys. And the one before that, we had 4,000 people on the stream, and here's a screenshot of that as well. But I want to tell you how great the course is, because it's taught us all about business, not only live stream. There's so many other things, the equipment you'll need to live stream, different titles to get live streams going, how not to be shy in front of the camera, how to speak correctly, all the things you need to do to grow your business and just crush your competition. The value is outstanding with the Grow Live Academy. I'd like to thank Ken Walls and everybody associated with the Grow Live Academy. They've helped grow my show into this great thing now, and I feel like I'm touching and helping so many people. So I recommend it 110%. The value of what you get is incredible. Thank you, Ken, not only my coach, but also my friend. Thank you so much, Ken. Can you hear me now? I think I was muted. No sound. I can hear you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Somehow I had myself muted there. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know. I'm unmuted now. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. Where are you guys watching from? My mic is working now. Okay. I know it runs about 20 seconds behind. So once again, where are you guys watching? South Carolina, welcome to the show. Colorado Springs, welcome to the show. You live with Doug. New Orleans, Louisiana, a 1. Somebody put a 9 in there. Great. North Carolina, welcome to the show. You're live with Doug. Get me some of that good Liberty water, guys. Don't forget that stuff. Let me plug my bud. He's a Patriot company. Liberty water. There you go. Liberty water. Go there and you get a pocket Constitution if you buy a case of beer. And if you mention code FROG, you get 5% off. Just want to let you guys know. Thanks, guys. And back to the chat, back to the show. Ohio in the house. Branson, Missouri, South Dakota, Los Angeles, California. You're live with Doug. Michigan, you're live with Doug. Southern California. I'm not going to do as many call outs, but I'll do some during the show as well. About a case of beer. You're funny. Western New York, welcome to the show. Newport News, Virginia, Aberdeen Road, right up the street from me. Wow, that's great. Jupiter, Florida in the house. Welcome to the show. Missouri, welcome to the show. So let's get started, guys. And I'll do some more call outs as we're going on. But the headlines we'll go over today is what's up with the NESARA GESARA stuff? What's the latest on that? That's one of the headlines we'll go over. 2 Catholic churches burned to the ground, okay? We'll go over that as well. Manholes are blowing up, and I'm going to show you some video of that, okay, guys? Of manholes. They're exploding underneath, and water is shooting like 100 feet in the air, and tornadoes, kind of crazy stuff. We got some videos of military assets, trains going by on railroad tracks out in Oklahoma, I believe it is. Senior executive of Warner Brothers Music resigns after 12 years all of a sudden. We'll cover that as well. And let's talk. We'll go over the anti-American at the Olympic trials turning her back on her country. Real nice, huh? And some other things that we got. States are making their own money now. We'll touch on that a little bit later. And in Washington, they put up a fence to block you from getting to the Washington Monument. And Mustang Medic had a video I'll show you. As you know, I talked to him down in Florida. So let's get started with the NESARA GESARA thing. And from what I hear is not much today. I know there was a meeting at 11 o'clock this morning concerning the RV, which is the reevaluation. I haven't heard much more about it whatsoever. And if I can't verify it, I'm not going to say it. So that's something we're absolutely going to be trying to get you accurate information on the show. Okay, guys. So there's not a lot to talk about that, but let's go over and let's talk about NESARA and both versions of it, NESARA and GESARA. And I'll share my screen. Give me a second here. And here it is right here. And people will want to know what's the benefits of NESARA. And it's the National Economic Security and Reform Act is NESARA. Provides major benefits for Americans, including forgiveness of all credit, mortgage, and other bank debt due to illegal banking and government activities. That means that sounds like your mortgage, your car payments, and when it goes into effect, which we don't know when that is. Yeah, I know. So abolishes income tax, abolishes IRS rate, essentially new sales tax revenue for the government, increases benefits for senior citizens. Let's go over that for a minute. That's huge, folks, because now we know that seniors are struggling with health care. We know that they're struggling to get by with a little bit of money that they're giving them through Social Security. Can't hardly nobody survive off that. They can't survive off of it. You'll probably see that, if not doubled, quadrupled, and it probably won't be called Social Security. It'd be just called retirement. And as we know, the Social Security disability to be just called disability through NESARA. There's so many things coming out as far as we went over. And this is for the new people, because I know our seasoned Froganites know that there's 6,000 cures, including the cure for cancer, the cure for heart disease, the cure for diabetes. It's all been hidden from us by the Rockefellers. They own all the major hospitals in this country and around the world. And most of the major teaching hospitals, they own all the pharmaceutical companies. And what you're going to see, and we might touch on the med beds, but anyways, hospitals will be gutted, and they're going to put in the med beds with light and heat and the sounds. It cures damn near anything. And this was discovered like in 1918. But they just took it away so they could make money off oil for cars, and they used the medicines. And as they developed more medicines, they got you hooked on these medicines and developed food additives to get you hooked on them medicines. And that's how they made quadrillions of dollars. But since we've got all back, but I just wanted to touch on that. Increases, like I just said, increases benefits for senior citizens, returns constitutional law, which is big. Just like I said, you get a constitution with your water from Liberty Water. Don't forget that. It abolishes the presidential constitutional elections within 120 days in the SARA. There has to be an announcement. So that means there has to be a re-election, and the right person has to be put back in office. Okay. It monitors the elections and prevents illegal election activities of special interest groups. Do you think that's what's actually going on right now? I'm just reading this right from this thing, guys and girls. Returns constitutional law to all courts and legal matters. What that means is that our legal system has to be retrained. Lawyers, judges, the whole system has to be redone. We're living in a time and a place where everything's fixed. Law is land, air, and water is what it means. Okay. You can look that up on DuckDuckGo also. Eradicates inactivate the U.S. Treasury banking system in alignment with constitutional law. That means that the Treasury will be backed by gold and silver now, and it's not backed by your birth certificate. And we're not even going to go over that anymore. But it eliminates the Federal Reserve, which is owned by the Rothschilds, where they did borrow money against your soul, is what backed the money in our country. You got to know that, but that's stopped now. And you know, I ain't gonna get into the birth certificates that much. Eliminates the Federal Reserve, restores financial privacy. Okay. Retrains all judges, like I said, and attorneys in constitutional law, ceases all aggressive U.S. government military actions worldwide. That means we're not looking to go to war with anybody anymore. The United States has been caught up in setting up wars with the CIA, and they've been and causing wars around the whole world. That's the reason we're at war, because there's money for war. It's going to be 1,000 years of peace once this all switches over. Do you follow what I'm saying? There's nothing but good news with it, but when does it take effect? Let's go on down the list. First phase of worldwide prosperity, distribute vast wealth throughout the world. There's not going to be anybody hurting for money anymore, worrying about, are you going to be able to pay the rent? You follow what I'm saying? Them days are going to be over. Healthcare, all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that no more. What you're going to have to worry about is, what are you going to do to better society? What are you going to do to better the planet? That'll be the things on your minds now. So let's go. Release enormous sums of money for humanitarian purposes. And that's feeding the poor, the people that are struggling in these poor countries. You follow what I'm saying? We're going to be sending all that aid over there, and it's not going to disappear through foundations that steal all the money. It's going to be done the correct way. Enables the release of new technologies such as alternative energies and devices. We all know, and we thought, and I've just heard from somebody else, that the electricity was going to come from the satellites. No, they're not. They're going to reverse the 5G towers, put magnets in them. That's what's going to provide the free electricity. This is an update I heard through some back channels like 3 days ago. I didn't even say nothing about it because I wanted to make sure it was true. So that's how they're going to do that. And you'll still get the internet from the Starlink satellites, but the power will come through these 5G towers. And if you don't know, there's a video out there. There's no such thing as 5G. Okay. Not in a phone. It's just 4G is as high as it goes. So let me quit sharing my screen and go back to the comments, and we'll go over to the next story. So what do you guys think about that? I mean, we're in a time and place now where NESARA is great, but we just have to wait for it to happen. Don't know when that is. I don't have a date to give you guys. You follow what I'm saying? So what do y'all think about that? Yeah, we can't wait for NESARA to hit 2. It's an exciting time. You finally got a notification? Somebody said they got a notification that I've heard banks have switched their names in some cases and stuff like that. That's crazy stuff. I can't wait either. People let go and let God. So let's get to our next story. Let me get that off the screen. Let me share my screen again. Bear with me while I do this. Kind of a new format tonight. So check this out. I know y'all can see my screen. Check this out. Look at these manholes. They're blowing up the DOMs underneath of them, the deep underground bases where they're, trafficking the kids. And look, they're setting off water bombs in there. And them things are shooting. Look how that thing's shooting like 100 feet in the air. That is just crazy. And I wanted, this is the event that we got coming up right here, guys. This is July the 10th. We still got to do a little tweaking to the flyer itself. The Bonafide's throwing an event down there in Spartanburg, North Carolina, and Linwood is the main speaker. We got John. He's coming on. Presley's going to be there. Just a lot. Professor Toto. He's a preacher. Brad's going to be speaking. I'll be there. You guys just come on out and learn about what's going on in our country. It's going to be a great event, a really great event. So here's another story that we've seen that Dan Goldberg, the senior vice president of Warner Brothers Music artist, he's after 12 years, he's just leaving. Well, what do you guys think it could be? That possibly could be that he don't want to be involved no more with the satanic stuff that's going on in Hollywood. You follow what I'm saying? And he's just ready to get away from it. So that was a story today as well. And where is the other one that I had for this? Give me a second here. But let me come out of this screen. And here we go. Did you guys see at the Olympic trials where the girl turned her back on the flag? Can you believe that? And she wants to represent our country in the Olympics? I don't think so. Do you know what I mean? You don't deserve to represent our country if you get on stage where our national anthem is playing and you turn your back to our flag and disrespect. She should immediately be thrown out of the Olympics, period. Yeah, she is a disgrace. They shouldn't have Olympics, in my opinion. What do y'all think about it? You should. It was disgusting. You got that right. Yes, she should be kicked off the team. Absolutely. Throw her out of the country. I don't know if it's that bad, but I'm reading the comments as we go, guys. Yeah, I never watch the Olympics anymore, but when you disrespect our country like that, you should not even be on the team. You shouldn't be able to represent our country in the Olympics, period. You follow what I'm saying? It's all about our country. If we're trying to come together as one country, how in the world can you turn your back on our flag? It's one thing for a team to do something like that, which is disrespectful, but the Olympics, you are representing the United States of America. You're not going to go to Olympic trials and turn your back on our flag. She should be sent home the same day. End of story. Done deal. And I think that's probably going to happen to her. Yes, if she won, yeah, her medal should be automatically taken away. Okay, so I'm just still going through here. So let's get to the next story. So I've seen on the internet where some states have come down to making their own currency, guys. They're making their own gold and their own silver coins now, and it's legal. Because as we know, and we'll get back to the main story, NESARA GESARA, is if this doesn't switch over, you guys know, right, that the United States of America, Inc. is completely broke, okay? If we don't switch over, there's no more money. So when this switches up, it's got to switch over or we're going to lose our credit rating. You follow what I'm saying? Everything's in place. It just needs to be switched over. And there's a few people trying to hold it up, which I think it will work itself out here shortly. I don't have a time frame, but we can't afford to not have money in the Treasury. The Treasury's got money, but it's for the quantum banking system, not for the defunct Biden administration. Do you follow what I'm saying? So it has to switch over or we're going to eventually lose our credit rating, and which we have already been downgraded once during the Obama administration, if you didn't know. But we will lose all, we will look like a third world country if we don't switch over soon. So they got to do that immediately with that. Also, Israel sends a team of people to Florida to help search for survivors in that terrible collapse of the building, which it looks amazingly like what happened to the Oklahoma FBI building. Don't you guys agree? I mean, it looks really weird the way that building looked like. It didn't look like a normal collapse. It looked like a demolition. Would you guys agree? It looked like a demolition. The world is God's stage and he has begun. Yes, it's so shady. Somebody said it was a death weapon. Thanks, Bill. Somebody says, Anthony says he thinks it was blown up. What are you guys' thoughts on there? I don't know if it was blown up because there wasn't a fire or an explosion. It was a collapse. And whether it was attacked from underneath or up top, we don't know. So it looked like 911. I would agree 100%. It looks like a demo. It sure did. So what do you guys think far as when is things going to start happening? I don't know. I know that we can't go on much longer the way things are. Our country's ready to get into a civil war. The Texas border is a joke. Everything's a joke right now as far as what's going on in our country. I've got a picture of the Catholic churches burning down. 2 Catholic churches burned down in the Canadian land, and a residential school with mass graves discovered. A total of 4 churches in British Columbia went up in flames since the discovery of mass graves with 2 defunct boarding schools and the First Nations of Children is what it's called, with the police investigating the incidents as possible arson. The mass grave sites were believed to hold hundreds of children and adults. Tribal leaders are looking into the discovery as proof that Canada committed genocide and it attempted to exterminate the First Nations and the indigenous communities. The Roman Catholic Church ran boarding schools established by the Canadian government in the 1870s to eliminate members of of the children, removing the children from their families and forcing them to the churches where we know what happened to them after that. So this is just proof of it. It's just darn right crazy what's going on, guys. What are your thoughts on that? A little X-39 will not take care of that. 750 bodies, they said the count was. That's totally crazy. I haven't heard anything I thought we were going to hear. They said preliminary results from Arizona would be tonight or tomorrow. So look for something big to happen tomorrow, because as we know, as that switches over, that's when things can start going forward. As we know, in Georgia, the judges allowed them to count all the absentee ballots and inspect them. And as we know, there wasn't many ballots that would have to switch to overturn that as well. And, they're doing it in Detroit, Wisconsin, like I said, Detroit, Michigan, Wisconsin, New Hampshire. Know that like 12 other states ventured out to Arizona to see how they were doing the audit. So there's a lot more states that weren't even in the swing states that want to get involved and find out were their elections fraudulent or were they real. I'm not making a decision about that. I'm just reporting the real news that happened. It's on mainstream media that these other states came in and, they want to take a look at what they were doing and how they could do it in their states. So somebody said it was up to 22 states that want to do it now. Let me get some more of this Great Liberty water. There it is. That was actually 20 states. Thank you, Jammer777. 20 states visited Arizona. That's a lot of states. And somebody said Pennsylvania actually also. Yeah, focus on the audit. Well, I don't know much more about it, but that, it was a forensic audit, and that we know that all the ballots can be seen under a black light, whether they were real. They had some kind of dye or radiation put in them, not where it hurt you, but it would show up under a black light if it was real. And most of the ballots are not any good at all. They've caught them cheating. But yeah, I would agree that Virginia is one of them states, because I remember on election night, right, that I don't want to say the Republican Party was up 450,000 votes at 10 o'clock at night. And all of a sudden 750,000 votes were dumped out of Fredericksburg because I was watching the polls at 10:45 at night. 15 minutes later, 750,000 votes were dumped out of Fredericksburg. As we know, that's a liberal town. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Hello from Massachusetts. Welcome to the show. Yeah, it's old news, but it's news that needs to be told. There's watermarks on the ballots. Of course there are. He heard that Arizona is completed. Give me a second here. Just got some intel coming in. The way the election was presented to the people on 11/3 is critical to understand the entire sequence of events. For those watching Fox and turned it off, there were key player in getting the steals. See the top of this graphic. Well, there's no graphic. Somebody sent me this. Trump enters the election with 204 EVs in the bag. Yes, Georgia was 300,000 plus at the end of the election night, and even the local paper didn't have had him winning. North Carolina takes him to 219, and he won over the fraud. Florida takes him to 248, and then he would still win. He only needs to win Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan to get to 269. So, it doesn't need a lot to switch it. But here's the thing is, even if they flip it, are they going to put him back in office at this point? Who does that? How do they put the rightful president back in office? Has he ever left office? That's the other question. The military is in charge, as we know, that we're under martial law. And if anything happens, it's going to be through the military first. And everybody just needs to chill out. He's not coming straight back. And, you know, when they take over the border, which they will, the military, they're going to have to step in soon. That's why you're seeing all the tanks going down the highway. On the tracks. That's why you're seeing all these crazy things going on. You're going to see more and more of the military. And finally, they're just going to have to admit we're under martial law. And then once they do that, you'll see NESARA, GESARA, and all the other things come into effect. And you'll see the new banking system. The first thing you'll see is probably the new banking system come into effect, but we don't know how soon. It could be within the next 48 hours. It could be within the next week. We just hope it's soon. Do you follow what I'm saying? Because I don't know how much more our country can actually take at this point. The Trump train is coming. Don't forget that Trump has another rally on July 3rd in Sarasota, Florida, I think. And he did say something about, I recall, there'll be fireworks up in South Dakota. So I have a feeling he'll be in South Dakota on July 4th as well. And I think we'll hear some stuff released, don't know what, by the 3rd or the 4th. And know that we'll no longer celebrate the 4th of July. It's a satanic holiday. They'll probably move it to 2nd or the 1st for the new Independence Day. So that's what's going on there. Bruce says, yes, Saturday is July 3rd. Big things are coming. You just got to, can you wait just a little bit longer? Do you know what I mean? Yes, I call in today. Let me share my screen again. Here's some news that some of y'all probably seen as well on in the chat. Maybe not, but I want to share it with you. This is a train station in London. This is what happens when you traffic children under a train station. They blew it the hell up. So what they did, look at that. Crazy stuff right there. And it just, bam. This isn't no coincidence, guys and girls. This is what's going on. So let me come back out of that. That's crazy. And know that the weather is no joke. You know what I mean? Yeah, wow. Toronto, Canada in the house. Welcome to the show, Samantha. Appreciate you on tonight. Yeah, here's something. Trump was interviewed on Newsmax like 3 nights ago. And they asked him about, they said, what do you think about the big companies, big tech? He says, wait till next week and see what I do to them. Who says that as a former president? You know what I mean? Nobody says that as a former president. That's why he's still the president. And if you watch speech the other night, you know he is still the president. Somebody said Arizona results Friday. Yes, they flipped the votes right on live TV, right in front of you. People have got it. Say, I think it will happen July 2nd. Wow. And then from what I heard today, somebody said that they put the whole country of Australia on lockdown till 2022 with COVID. Is that crazy or what? Can you imagine what people are going through in Canada? They just made Australia, they just signed a thing where it's going to be another year, 2022, before they come out of lockdown over there. That's completely insane. The world, we can't wait. We can't wait for 45 to come back till 2022 or 2024. He has to come back way sooner than that. And if you remember, he said, I'll be back sooner than you think. You know, July 3rd is a big day. You got that right. Breaking news, Julian Assange could be released from the UK prison at any time now. Wow. And as we know, we think he's kin to President Trump. And you see, I called him president because he still is. Yes, it's horrible. Australia is absolutely nuts. I thought that Canada was crazy, right, guys and girls? I thought they were crazy and some crazy stuff was going on. But man, I'm telling you guys. Hey, but once again, don't forget about the event down in Spartanburg we got coming up. Let me get back up to it. Oh, let's get to that Mustang Matic stuff. Let me share my screen. Am I sharing it? I don't even know at this point. Here we go. Share screen. And we're going to go over here. Me and Dude are friends. We met in Florida. Here is his video of what's going on for the fireworks in D.C.
We're calling this the
Of course, we got to watch an advertisement. Here we go.
Busy day of protests and a lot going on in the White House. And I'm here with a fence report in front of the Lincoln Memorial. And it appears to be for preparation of the fireworks that are going to be happening on the 4th of July, which I won't be at because I'll be somewhere else, I'll be in Mount Rushmore. But here's a view of the fence that runs right through the reflection pool in front of the Washington Monument and also the Lincoln Memorial. And there's that fence. I must have set it up recently. The fence runs all the way around. It goes right through the water, which I believe is around 2 feet deep throughout the whole reflection pool. And it runs all the way around.
Okay, that's crazy. Why would they need to put that fence up? That's never, ever been done before. I'm sorry you guys couldn't hear it. It's a big waste of money. You got that right. When previously in all the years in DC did they need a fence to run through there for the fireworks? I've been up there during the fireworks. That's never been there before. It's just some real flaky stuff. You got to know that DC's empty. All the buildings are empty except for the tourists. Everything's empty. The other day, as we seen at the White House, there was about 200 people on the back porch, right? And the Marine One had landed, and Biden can't draw 200 people at one of his events, more or less 200 people at the White House. It makes you wonder, were they filming something else for a later date? Happy 60th birthday to Mike Lindell. What a story he has, guys and girls. Do you know what I mean? As far as coming from a crackhead to being working with the president to save the country. And he has got this movie. Well, that's not his movie. It's what's his name's movie? It's General Flynn and the other guy that owned what is it called? Overstock. Patrick Bryant, whatever his name is, Patrick. They made a movie together about the election fraud. But from what I've seen, they want $45 to watch that movie. That's pretty high to watch a movie. Eyes are on the audit. They ought to be on the audit. DC is a demon city. You got that right. Do you know that all the things that are in DC are satanic? I mean, I don't have to tell you what the monument stands for. There was one in DC, there's one in Rome, and there's one in one in London and one in Vatican. And I would imagine that'd be one of the first things that come down. It's look up what it stands for. I don't even want to mention what it stands for. Somebody said it was a mass arrest today at the CIA headquarters. I'll have to look into that. There wasn't a lot of intel that came out because everybody's been waiting on, hey, the RV is going to happen at any moment. And we haven't had any movement on that whatsoever. And, so I don't want to make any guesses on that until we absolutely have firm evidence of something before, I report it. That's all there is to it. Yes. Alexa says that Donald Trump owns the Federal Reserve. He owns the world banking system now, if people don't know it. Okay, the world banking system is run by him. You got to remember in 2016 that when he went to all them countries, when he was first president, 2017, The first place he went to Saudi Arabia. He went over there and he threw all the stuff about trafficking children, pictures, videotapes, CD-ROMs, everything on the table. And he said, this is what the prince is doing. Well, this is what the king's doing. And if you don't capitulate, I'm going to expose everything to the public. So he left, and then he came back a week later. They capitulated, and you've seen Trump, the guy in the middle holding the sword, is in charge of the country. Now they work with us to fight against the Rothschilds and all the terrible people in the world, the Khazarian mafia. Oh, they've taken them all down, damn near all of them. The ones that lived under the Vatican actually ran the world, and it was 13 other families beside them. We killed them all, and we took the gold back. And we know that it was $340 quadrillion in gold that is now in our hands, in our treasury, to back our new currency that's about to come out. Okay. Everything will be backed by gold, silver, and precious metals now, not your birth certificate, not your body. Okay. Everything, there's more money to go around, but you just can't give it to everybody and say, here's $1 million. Who's going to work? It's not going to work like that. I'm sure they got a plan. We don't know what it is, but everybody will, won't struggle for money. You won't have to worry about rent. You won't have to worry about the food you eat anymore. Everything will switch over to a better place and a better time. 1,000 years of peace is coming to us. You're living in a time right now where you're going to be able to tell your grandkids, they're going to be able to tell their grandkids that they seen the Lord come and move the world. Okay. I believe, just like Kim Clement said, that God has taken Trump, like David in the Bible, and set him aside for a season to change the world. That season's just about changed now. He has reemerged the other night on the stage, looking good. Comms say buy silver. He had silver hair, not gold. So that was pretty cool. It's all biblical. Absolutely. I'm just looking at the comments real quick. Yep, no Federal Reserve anymore. The Federal Reserve was run by the Rothschilds, as we know, and that's what they were using, your birth certificate, as collateral for the money that our country borrowed because we were bankrupt. And that's what started this whole, it actually started way before that. But we're going back to the 1776 Constitution. That's why when you see him on stage, sometimes you'll see the 1776 flags, because we're going back to that Constitution. And if you buy this water right here, Liberty Water, you scan the back, it'll give you all the documents. It says right on here, scan for America's founding documents. That's all you got to do, scan this, you buy a bottle of their water. Liberty Water. Good stuff. Tastes real good. Spring water, too. The Rothschilds owned about everything. Like they said, they owned all they own all the hospitals. They own all the pharmaceutical companies. You're going to see all these places. There's a stockpile, and nobody knew this until, I guess, Katrina, that the federal government stockpiles millions and million doses of every medication there is. But nobody knew that until there was a disaster. So they're not going to destroy all the medication, all the factories that make it right off the bat. But within a year or two, all them factories will be destroyed because the med beds will cure everything. There's a natural cure for everything. They're the ones that came in and decided they were going to change the medical field the way it was to make up disease, to make up stuff that made you sick so they could create all these medicines to keep you hooked on their drugs your whole entire life. And you look at the average person now, I'd say the average person is, the average person, I'm not talking about super healthy people, but the average person is on 2, 3, 4 medications. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I'm on like 5 medications. Crazy. Let me take a sip of this good water. No, I'm not hearing anything on Canada at all. Gosh, I wish I had some news for you guys up in Canada. I'm not hearing anything from up there. I don't know how true that was, that video of that person. I guess it was a lady that was hard to determine that said that she had been put in by the white hats. I don't know how true that video is of that happening whatsoever anyway. Somebody said, don't take aspirin. I thought aspirin was supposed to be good for you. Yeah, he took over the Federal Reserve about 1 or 2 years ago, and we've been running the quantum banking system with the Federal Reserve side by side. Okay, so when they tested it, it was like, what, 2 or 3 months ago, and it shut down all credit cards. I have some people telling me now, do you know it's illegal from them to print any more money? Can't print. That's why there's been a shortage of coin. That's why there's a shortage of printed money, because the Federal Reserve is not allowed to print any more of the money you're looking at. It's all the new money's already been printed. All the new coin has been stamped. All the money has a chip in it. You can't rob the bank and get away, because they'll know exactly where the money is now. And I heard in like 3 years, there won't be currency to be all digital. You got to know that, and your bank will be less useful to you, so to speak. You'll still have a bank account, but you won't need a Visa card, a MasterCard. You'll be able to transfer money on your own to companies to purchase things, and it cuts out the people like MasterCard, Visa, and stuff like that. You'll see that all in the quantum banking system. You'll be able to send money across the world in 1 second. You won't need Western Union or anything like that. There to be no cheating on the money, people getting involved in, with the SWIFT system. There's a lot of clearing houses that has to go through. With the quantum banking system, it's nothing like that whatsoever. Yahoo, I got Yahoo Mail. Privacy restored. You got that right. They are, and we're looking forward to the new internet, because you can talk about something in your living room, and the next thing you know, you're getting advertisements for it on your computer or on your TV. So they are spying on you. There's actually things like on Facebook, Twitter, and on the internet, they're like little things they put on there. If you search for something or talk about it, it'll absolutely start running the ads for it, and they're legal. So it's artificial intelligence is what it is. Why is Jeff not coming back? That's news to me. I haven't talked to Jeff today. I think Canada's PM is a warlock. Well, his daddy is Castro, so he likes communism. You think somebody said they think that Australia's lockdown is a false flag to wake up people. I hope so. Who would want to live in another year of that up there? And Canada is horrible. You know that London is horrible. Of course, everybody knows that the palace is closed down over there. It's been boarded up with plywood for 2 years now, Buckingham Palace. And as we've seen the fake Biden, right? Go over there and inspect the troops. They were on artificial turf. It was all filmed at a soccer stadium. So just answer a few more questions. Castro, I don't know who Castro's dad is, but the Prime Minister of Canada, his dad is Castro. You can look at it. Just look DuckDuckGo, and they have their picture side by side. They look like they could be twins. Yes, Trump never conceded. Don't ever forget that. Thank you very much, Kimberly. I appreciate your support. London, if you're caught 7 miles from your home, you're arrested. Wow. Is it that bad over there for real? Is anybody from London on our show? Yeah, here's another person saying they think the false flag over in Australia. I do have a friend over there, and I'll reach out to him and ask him. No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kenny. I appreciate it very, very much. Does Linwood believe in the QFS? I guess somebody'd have to ask him, because I've only talked to the man one time, and I can safely say he's agreed to come on our show. We just have to set up the time with him, and it won't be on YouTube, of course. We'll be doing that through a StreamYard and then uploading it to the website, so we don't have any problems with that. What's happening in Chicago? People get shot every day because the gun law's up there. They took away all the guns, and all the crooks got the guns. You know what I mean? Chicago is nuts. What did they? 17 people get shot and killed. Not talking about the people that got shot, the ones that got killed yesterday alone. It's crazy. McAfee bombshell. He was the start, the dead man switch to start it all. I talked about Nassau when we first come on. There's no, let me use my boy's name, bona fide time frame for that. But we think that the QFS and that system should go through shortly. I don't know if it'll be today, tomorrow, or next week. But as we discussed earlier, the QFS can't wait much longer because our country's out of money. The incorporated United States is broke, dead broke. So it's what's keeping our country running is the money in the treasury, and our credit's getting ready to go bankrupt. Our credit's getting ready to take a hit if we don't switch over to QFS. Everything's in place, all the bonds, all the money, everything's in place. They just need to switch over, and there's some hold up at the treasury, and they have to do. They're doing meetings as 11 o'clock today. I don't know what the results on. I'll find more out tonight. Good water. Yes, Tesla's free energy, but as I discussed in the beginning of the show, I heard allegedly that they're going to be using the 5G towers to send the electricity out with gigantic magnets, not satellites. So allegedly that's what they're going to use. And the satellites will provide the internet. Somebody says Nassau 2 weeks away. Michael, I hope so. I hope that it comes as soon as we can. Patriots Day by the 4th of July. We don't know when Skylink will come on. When we go into the 10 days of darkness, which we don't believe it'll be 10 days, probably 2 or 3. But here's what you need to know. And are you prepared for it? We all bought food, you know, months ago. Are you prepared for it? Do you got all the batteries you need? Do you got a generator? If you don't, you need to get all these things in line, because we're getting closer and closer where things can't go but in that direction now. There's no more time frame left. So you better be prepared. This could happen at any time. You're not going to be watching regular TV anymore. It won't exist. You won't have cable satellite no more. You'll be watching military tribunals 8 hours a day and 8-hour blocks, and confessions is what you're going to be watching. A lot of these people have already been arrested. A lot of these people have already been put down. So you get yourself ready for this. Get ready for what's about to happen if you haven't already. And I know I'm going to look in the track, and all you Frogonites are going to go, we've been ready. Come on with it. Come on with it. Can you wait a little longer for 1,000 years of freedom and prosperity? Can you wait just a little bit longer? We're not living in that hard of times right now. Maybe if you were living in Chicago or LA, you could say that, but rest of the country, not struggling. If you're at the border of Mexico, they're struggling down there. As we seen, Bonafide was down there. They're lying about everything going on. But what I didn't show you is when he went to the airport on the way home, everybody that they put on the planes from the border had an ankle bracelet on. That might be a good sign that they can track all the people that are coming in this, the ones that they caught. Now, the not good ones, as I showed you in a picture, are the ones that come across at night, and them are the ones we need to worry about. Trained mercenaries. They train them as teenagers to be killers. Heck, our country trains them like that. Don't even think it don't happen. There's a base in Louisiana that they currently do that in our country with. So don't think they don't do it in other countries and send them kids to our country too. You kidding me? PA just lifted the mask mandate? I thought that the mask mandate it's been about a month now since it's been nationwide, right? You guys just got it lifted in Pennsylvania? There you go. Always locked and loaded. I am very well insulated here myself, my friend. I never go anywhere without my friend. Yes, we're at war. Absolutely. Who's got extra money for a generator? Well, then you'd have to, I would think then you'd have to make sure you got plenty of candles, make sure you got plenty of something to light your house and plenty of books to read. I don't look for the power to be out for days or months, maybe just 24 hours, 36 hours. But when things come back up, you know, your kids are not going to have Disney Channel to watch. You're actually going to have to entertain your children, send them outside and let them play like they used to in the old days, you know, before Facebook, before the internet. Get involved with your families. You know what I mean? Read the Bible, get back into the word. You better buy movies now. I've downloaded somewhere in the neighborhood of, I don't know, 4 terabytes of stuff to watch. And I got a generator. So if I want to watch movies and TV, I've got every season of everything that I can continue to watch stuff. But we won't, I guess I'll be on my shortwave radio or CB trying to get the show out if everything goes down. Will Trump speak on the 4th? We don't have any confirmation, but remember he said, don't worry, I will get fireworks back in North Dakota. So that's super cool. Yes, that's one of the best generators you can buy, and you can buy the gas, natural gas, or regular gas. Lots of yard work to do with the lockdown. Absolutely. Somebody said, Doug, aspirin kills your platelets. I don't know nothing about that. I thought it was good for you and your heart if you took aspirin. I didn't know anymore. I'm glad somebody told me that. Time to go boating. Yes. Arrest the Rothschilds. They've arrested a lot of them. A lot of them people have been already arrested. Trust me when I tell you. Let's not forget that Putin already announced that there's no more SWIFT banks in Russia at all. And if you want to send money to Russia, you better do it in another format like Western Union or something. You can't send money to Russia through SWIFT. And that's why we're so close to it switching over. But I repeat, nobody knows when it's going to switch over. You know what I mean? If we thought that they were celebrating in other countries, they might have took the pictures down. We don't know, but we haven't seen the evidence as of yet. Hopefully they are, but as of yet, I've seen zero evidence that's going on. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just reading the chat. Who knows? I think my buddy Dave told me that they arrested 600 day before yesterday, 800 people the day before that. Arrests are going on all the time. Dave will be helping out with some things, but we'll see what's going on. Yeah, well, that's what I heard. Well, if it thins your blood, it's supposed to. The old theory was it's good for your heart to keep it from creating clogs in your blood. I thought. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. I just do all the things I'm not supposed to, but that's about to change too. Get 20 pounds of propane, dual tanks, dual fuel generators. The Bible has all kind of medical recipes. Yes, we've been in darkness since January 20th. Food is medicine if you're eating the right foods. And I'll admit, I'll be the first one to admit, I don't eat the right foods. I'm getting ready to start a diet where you eat just one meal a day and you use replacement bars. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you updated on that. But just know that I struggle with my diet, and I really need to get hands on with it. You follow what I'm saying? So, let me see. Don't forget, guys, this is where if you want to go to Spartansburg and come down and meet Bonafide, me, libertyevents.org. Go over there, get yourself a ticket. Come on down. I don't know how many tickets are left. There's only 500 tickets available for that event. And know that we're planning a much bigger where I mean, Bonafide and Brad are planning a much bigger event September 11th. It'll be the biggest patriotic rally in the nation's history. 50,000 some people in Kentucky. I'll be at that event also. So sometime this week, we're going to have on the Mama Bears again. There's Liberty Water. Don't forget that. And let me get back to the chat. We'll go a little bit longer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try hard, and we got some new T-shirts coming out. I got some new graphic designs that we're going to get out, and they're going to be silk screen shirts from now on, and they're going to look a lot better, and we're going to have more variety. And we got hats coming. Not like this. I just had this made up. What is that place at the mall that does hats? And I got their laser. This cost me like $45 to get this in a black hat made. One of them was $45. But we're getting some hats made. They're getting what they call the logo, like our logo where I'm right. We're getting this put on a hat and Frog News. I'm putting Frog News on the side. And then the other one, where is it at? The one down here. Let me click off that. See this one here? This will be on the hat also, and on the side it'll say Frog News. They're digitizing some. I should have some samples by Wednesday. The T-shirts themselves, the green ones, they'll be all ready for the event down there. I should pick them up on Friday, plus Bonafide will be bringing another 100, and then I'll be shipping them from my house, and we'll set up a Shopify store and get them shirts out. Do you know what I mean? I didn't want to get in the T-shirt business, but I guess I'm going to buy what's called one of them label printers. And, I guess we can sell 50, 100 T-shirts a day, whatever it might be. We'll get her done. You know, right now we've got like 240 shirts coming. So great. I appreciate that. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that, Justice Warrior. I'm trying hard, brother. Make flags. I can get flags. I don't know that'd be pretty cool. Maybe I could reach out to somebody that could put the frog on a flag. That would be awesome. The reason the frog is so awesome is in the Bible, the frog brings disease onto the evil. So that's why the Frog News Network is so popular right now. And as we bring people together as God would want us to, we know that 1 and 1 makes 11. Can you imagine the power of everybody in the chat and our Frogonites working together? We have unlimited power, and the show's about to go nationwide, literally, very shortly. We might be going on. I will be going on some road trips. I'm going to team up with someone else, and we're going to be maybe some 30-day road trips where we'll be interviewing people in different states as we go to different rallies. So we're trying to line up a sponsor for that, and it'll be like, wow, that'd be super cool to interview people from different towns, different rallies and stuff like that, and stay gone for 3 and 4 weeks at a time. Would be totally awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the hearts. I ain't gonna stay on much longer, but I just want to come out because there wasn't a lot of news today. And we're going to try to get it. I'm going to try to get it more scripted. Okay. Where we discuss the headlines, then we go over the headlines where we're not going around. I'm not going around and around with it. Give you direct information. More information is coming. I took some pictures and showed you guys. I don't even have it out. It's behind me. Right there behind my hat, the satellite phone. There'll be a website you can go to and purchase that. There'll be more information on all that stuff coming up and new sponsors very shortly. The show's getting ready to just cut loose and go crazy. It really is. I look for really, really big things. We are the new news. Okay, guys, we are the new news. And from the top down, we're getting, I'm getting intelligence from really, really good sources now. I'm not going to presume anything unless it's real good intelligence. I'm not going to give it. Okay. So with that being said, it's been about an hour and 4 minutes, and I want to get some stuff for tomorrow night's show, get a little more intel for you guys. So I'm on a little bit longer. I got some other things I need to brush up on. But anyways, guys, if we would help one person understand more about what's going on in society today, I feel like I've done my job. You know what I'm saying? God would want to bring us all together. You know what I mean? As one. And that's why the show is so popular. But I want to leave you with that. And I just do a short prayer. God, thank you very much for everything, for all our Froganites, for our real president, for everything you do for us, for society. We know you're going to come in a way and change the world that everybody can see for hundreds and thousands of years. God, we just thank you for everything you're about to do. In your name, amen. Hey, guys, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. We love you, and God bless.